after the Canadian trucker situation, people are waking up to the fact that without privacy, you have nothing, right? Without the ability to transact freely and without censorship, you don't have freedom.
I'm right here with a representative of Samurai Wallet, and we're gonna just call him Samurai because we're cool like that over here at the Guns and Bitcoins conference. How you doing today, sir?
Great, happy to be here.
I'm so happy to be here with you. I really want to talk to you about what just happened with Wasabi. What happened with Wasabi, man?
They're, I guess, going down the path of compliant CoinJoin by implementing blacklists and hiring change surveillance groups.
Dude, that really sucks, man. It's really sad to see.
It's shocking.
It is shocking, and what can we do, like, in as a space? Just are we just gonna sit by and be passive observers and watch, Bitcoin become a surveillance machine? You know, because like I was talking to Tone Vays a couple days ago. I had a debate with him, and he was like championing what's happening in El Salvador, and I'm like, dude, do you realize what just really is happening? You gave people a ticket to mass surveillance and turnkey tyranny on a transparent ledger that any tyrant can come in. He's like, well, we're changing politics. I'm like, okay, Libertarian Party, we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're working with government. No, dude. No, what we need is always to have an option for people to be free. And so I really love what you guys are doing. You guys are, in my opinion, the hope for BTC. And I want to thank you for all your hard work on behalf of the Crypto Vigilante team and everyone here, because it is really that, you guys are really that one last, and so I want to talk to you about, you guys are also got some heat because from a lot of Bitcoin maximalists, because you guys are open to atomic swaps with Monero.
Absolutely.
And so what's going on there?
So it's a little bit delayed on the Monero side. The team that we were working with, the Connect team, had some issues with, I guess, one of their developers back to COVID and slowed things down. I know they're looking for a new maintainer for the project, but on our end, we're still super into it. We see Monero as a great tool in the toolbox for privacy and sovereignty. And at some point in the near future, you will be able to atomic swap between Bitcoin and Monero using Samurai Wallet.
Okay, I understand that there's more liquidity in BTC, but it's still butt-naked liquidity. Don't let these fools out there like Andreas Antonopoulos and Mark Moss and Tone Vays lie to you guys, because just because you have more liquidity, it doesn't mean that you're private, okay? You're not. You're not. They're lying to people, though. They're telling people that right now. That's what Mark Moss is saying. And what the fuck is wrong with them, bro?
Salesmen, and what they care about is number go up at any cost. What we care about is censorship-free, censorship resistance, sovereignty, and all that can only be achieved with a private asset. So we understand that the Bitcoin ledger is public and open. This is how Bitcoin works, and we're committed to providing the tools that users can use to increase their privacy when using a transparent ledger like Bitcoin.
Do you ever see yourself, I mean, I sometimes, because I think about you and your position a lot, where you're at in Samurai, and I ask myself, man, if I was the guys behind Samurai, I would be like, fuck Bitcoin and just go work in Monero, 100%. Like, fuck Bitcoin. Like, it's almost because that would send, if you guys were ever to do that, it would send a huge message to the entire space of, you know what? This is butt naked coin, a machine of mass surveillance, and it's in the logical conclusions of all of the arguments of Bitcoin find their home in Monero. It really does. I mean, there's other projects like Pirate Chain that are aiming to compete with Monero, but Monero has that false ethos locked. I mean, they are meticulous, and they care so much about pursuing excellence and simplicity in design that I always thought to myself, is there a chance that Samurai will just go Monero one day?
No, I don't think so. I think Monero does a good job of the private transactions at the base layer. It's built into the protocol. So the opportunity for Samurai isn't as great. Well, we could make a Monero wallet, but it would just be like any other Monero wallet. You would still get the same level of privacy. We think the largest impact that we can have is by building the tools to bring privacy to Bitcoin. Yes, as you said, it can be co-opted and used as a surveillance network that's really dangerous. If we were to leave, it would not get better.
I know.
It would be a lot worse.
Yeah, it's almost like your vocation not to stick around.
Yeah.
I see it.
You know, we get a lot of shit, we get a lot of hate because we're not the cheerleading site. We're not about number go up. We're here for privacy.
In other words, you're here to do the actual work of peer review. It's really what you're saying.
Absolutely. And when we got involved in Bitcoin in 2012, it was very much like the Monero community is now. It was about privacy. It was about sovereignty. It was about censorship resistance. And as the adoption has grown over time, that has become less important to the Bitcoiners, but not to us. So we stick around because this is why we got into this in the first place.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you. And so for us, what we tell people is like, if you just for us, we can't see Bitcoin being private at all anymore, and we see what you guys are doing as something that will provide people to exit Bitcoin once people realize when that Bitcoin is actually Bitcoin became the anti-Bitcoin, BTC became the anti-Bitcoin, and it became a giant surveillance mechanism that is worse than the banking system, guys, because they are pretending to be cypherpunks. They're pretending to be cypherpunks, and that's scary as fuck, because they're just banking 2.0 at this point, and it's worse. It's worse. So thank you for doing what you're doing, because I know the work that you're doing is extremely valuable, especially for people once they start realizing what's happening. So I don't know if you know this, but the Cuban community in exile approached the Monero community. And so Cuba is now going to be the El Salvador mission of the Monero community. Is that cool?
It depends on how you go about it.
Yeah, we don't know how it's going to happen, but at least the intentions are there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should be the Bitcoin or Monero, it doesn't matter to me. It should be a ground-up approach as opposed to a top-down approach. You shouldn't be dealing with politicians.
100%.
You shouldn't be trying to mandate the use of whatever it is you want to use.
Right on.
If it works, and if it's good, people will use it. You know, it is possible to use Bitcoin privately. It's not at the default protocol level like it is with Monero. If you want to use Bitcoin privately, you have to take additional steps. You have to use tools like Samurai Wallet, like Whirlpool. But, you know, I think over time, certainly since the last few years, things have gotten better in Bitcoin privacy, largely due to the work that we've done. And we're seeing now, after the Canadian trucker situation, people are waking up to the fact that without privacy, you have nothing, right? Without the ability to transact freely and without censorship, you don't have freedom. So it's becoming more and more apparent to people, and that's why we're sticking around. That's why we're here.
Are you guys dabbling into the Lightning Network?
No.
Why?
We think the Lightning Network is a poison pill.
Yes, it is.
We think it's even more of an extension of the PayPal 2.0 model.
It is PayPal. Oh my gosh, I've been telling everyone always. The best second layer for BTC is called PayPal. And they're like, no, it's not. And here I am with Samurai, and he just said this, and I've been telling you guys. Isn't that great?
Lightning has been around for a little while.
Yeah.
It has not taken off. People really are using it. And where people go into and say, where is the real second layer? It's custodial. It's exchanges. And let's be honest, it's Ethereum. That's Bitcoin's real second layer.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Wrap Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Wow, yeah.
So it's not Lightning. Lightning is a pain in the ass to use. The only way you can use Lightning in a way that a normal consumer would find acceptable is custodial.
100%. Because this is the lies that they give you as they say, oh, well, Lightning gives you privacy.
No.
Bro, you would have to be so good at computer science as an individual to know exactly the state of the Lightning Network at all times, to know exactly how to route transactions that are on the Tor network.
Yeah.
That's not going to scale. The economy scales by specialization. And so you find yourself, the regular user in El Salvador is being put into a liquidity pool controlled by one single entity, and Chainalysis is already coming out and admitting that they're tracking and tracing everything that's happening within Strike, for example.
Yeah.
So no wonder big tech loves BTC so much, and we see them cozying up, at the Bitcoin conference. Shrines from Jack Dorsey, shrines from Meta. They haven't done the Meta one yet, but guess what? They have teamed up with Meta in the legal system right now, fighting for patent rights, because all of a sudden these fuckers at big tech, they pretend that they care about free and open source software. Like, really? And the BTC community is buying that hook and sinker. I don't buy that. We don't buy that. I'm happy you don't buy that. And it's I'm so happy you're here, because it really is. I'm so happy that you're speaking out and that you're talking, because and what you're doing is, like, you have no idea. It's so rewarding. Because what happened with Wasabi was really it sucked. So I mean, you don't care for mixers, do you, or do you not? I mean,
So Mixer implies you sending your coins to someone or some entity, and then they send you new coins back. It's a custodial relationship.
right.
What we do is non-custodial coin join, where you always maintain self-custody. You're never giving up your keys to anyone else. And the result should be a complete disassociation from the prior history and the future activity of your coins. Now, Wasabi, besides even this blacklist thing and this chain surveillance and chain analysis relationship, they're mixing their coin join was very weak. And we've been talking about this since 2019. There are deterministic links from input to output, meaning it's not working properly. Of course, they don't agree or they don't admit it. We've shown evidence on the blockchain to prove it. Within Samurai, we have Whirlpool, which is a non-custodial Chonglian coin join with no deterministic links, and it works extremely well.
Okay, let me tell you something. I'm a lizard. What would I do? I would throw transactions into your Whirlpool, and I'd throw a bunch of them, and then I would have a probabilistic awareness of what is mine and yours at the other end. Is that not right?
Not necessarily.
How so?
There are various rules within the protocol. So if you were an adversary and you wanted to flood the coin join pools with your own UTXOs, with your own coins, so that you could be the largest number of coins within the mixed transaction, Whirlpool wouldn't let you do that. You could at most have one coin or one input in a mixed transaction. So the impact from an attack like that would be very minimal. If a mixed transaction has 5 inputs and 5 outputs, you would only need one of those. In addition, within Whirlpool, there's something called free remixing, meaning that as long as you leave those coins in your Whirlpool wallet, they will be selected randomly to be involved in future mixes for completely free. So you wouldn't be able, as an attacker, you wouldn't be able to guarantee inclusion into one of these mixes.
Because it's almost like churning, right?
That's correct.
You find yourself in different whirlpools at different times.
That's correct. So if
Okay.
you're putting one Bitcoin in, let's say, you're not going to have a mixed transaction with that full Bitcoin in there. You're going to have several mixed transactions, and you're only going to be one participant in that transaction,
Wow.
in that mixed transaction. This is not how Wasabi works, by the way. with Wasabi, you would be up to seven participants in a mixed transaction. You can mix with other people that you've mixed with before. That can't happen in Whirlpools. Every time you mix in Whirlpool, it's with a coin that you've never seen before. So we have a lot of confidence in the algorithm. We think it works extremely well. We can everything that the anon set, the entropy of the transaction is all provable and reproducible. This is not the case with Wasabi, by the way. So even besides the whole surveillance and blacklisting, people shouldn't be using Wasabi because the mixing is very weak. With Whirlpool, it's very strong mixing.
Okay, right on. Why isn't the BTC world in general using this? What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's up? You guys want to be digital gold, digital cash? You guys really want to be digital gold, then you have to be fungible as much as possible.
Absolutely
Without
right.
fungibility, you have nothing. One unit of account has to always be interchangeable for another unit of account within a given medium of exchange. Otherwise, you don't have the function of money. You can't be sound money. And guess what? These guys are figuring it out. If BTC does not get their shit together and everyone do exactly as Samurai is doing, these guys are coming and they're gonna take your cake. They're gonna eat it in front of your face. And it's honestly, I see the turning point happening right now because people are fed up. And guess what? The Monero community is speaking out. And I'm telling you, because I was there, they're pissed. They're pissed off and they're speaking out. And they're coming for BTC's lunch because everything BTC ever wanted to be is right now being fulfilled, and everything BTC is promising the world is right now being fulfilled in Monero. So, you know, it's game time, and the way you guys to do this is to follow this example. If BTC does not follow this example, then you're gonna be fucked. It's the truth. I'm sorry.
I think that you're right. I mean, the emphasis has to be fungibility. The emphasis has to be privacy. If you don't have that, all you've done is create a surveillance network. All you've done is replicate the existing system with more steps. And yeah, I mean, we hope to see more privacy in Bitcoin. We hope to not be the only ones doing this. We are seeing other wallets starting to implement our protocols, our algorithms. So that's a good sign. Within the Samurai wallet, Whirlpool ecosystem, there's over 4,500 Bitcoin as unspent capacity. These are all coins that cannot be associated to their prior history. They're all indistinguishable from each other. And we are only going to see that grow over time.
That's amazing. So, is there redundancy in manpower to keep this project going?
Yes. We've been going strong since 2015, self-funded, and we have no intentions of going anywhere. We're growing the team. We're building out systems that are going to be redundant and are decentralized. So we have a lot of great plans, and I think that for those people who understand the necessity for privacy, we'll be there for them, and we hope that understanding and that desire for privacy will grow over time.
And even this is so important, even for any lizard out there that's interested in incorporating Bitcoin into their family office or hedge fund or whatever bullshit. Dude, if you are not fungible, if you're not private, you're opening yourself up to financial voyeurism. Coca-Cola keeps its recipe private for a reason. Do you want me or anyone else to be able to see exactly how you're allocating the portfolio of your customers? No! I don't want to know. Why would I? You should be able to close the door in your house when you go to sleep. We shouldn't have to transact in glass houses or with your bank statement on your forehead, because this is what's happening with these people.
And those people understand this, right? If you run a family office, if you're an investment banker, if you're a banker of any kind, you understand the importance of transactional privacy. Because in the fiat world, transactional privacy is enforced by law. Okay? There's bank secrecy. There's all sorts of things where your bank cannot share your transaction history with the gas station attendant that you buy a pack of cigarettes from, right? That's enforced by law. We can't have that enforced by law in Bitcoin. It has to be enforced by software. It has to be enforced by algorithms. It has to be enforced in a decentralized way. So it's funny that the bankers and those industry types, they understand the need for transactional privacy.
100%.
They get
100%.
it.
I love Dr. Daniel Kim, and he is. I'm just gonna plug him in. Sweetwater Digital Asset Consulting. He's a badass, and if you guys want to hear about this topic in depth, watch Sound Money Safe Mode. It's on YouTube. Highly recommended. Watch that lecture from Dr. Daniel Kim. And he talks about this topic itself. And he consults with a lot of people in the moment that these family offices realize that Bitcoin is open and transparent to financial surveillance and voyeurism. That moment they back away and they don't want anything to know about it. They want Monero.
Well, yeah, I think people are going to want exposure to the Bitcoin asset, and once they realize that they can obtain privacy while using Bitcoin, they're into it.
Yeah.
They just have to, again, like I said earlier, with Monero, it is kind of a default thing.
Exactly.
You don't have to do much to get a level of financial privacy. With Bitcoin, you have to take additional steps.
You know, I think in the future we're not going to see you in a mask. I think we're going to see you actually, and you and your whoever's with you, as someone that we're going to go, oh yeah, this is the honorable so and so, and he is going to talk to us about how to have more privacy in our funds and so forth, and you're going to be invited to different things because that's how it's supposed to be, right? Like, money is supposed to be fungible. It's supposed. Otherwise, guys, what we have is people controls, which they like to call it as capital controls. But we're seeing a horrible, tyrannical regime fall upon the entire planet, and if people don't wake up to this, they're going to wake up in a prison planet powered by Bitcoin, BTC, and that's scary as fuck that they're using Bitcoin, BTC, as the way by which they plan to enslave the planet. That's really fucked up, guys, but it's the honest truth. It's the honest truth, and it's something that guys like us we've been talking about, and you know what, man? It's almost like when we had the Bitcoin Civil Wars. I count Monero as part of that. Because a lot of people in Bitcoin realized that it was never going to happen in Bitcoin. It's not private by default. So they went to Monero and they're like, we're going to start from scratch. And to see you still fighting the good fight within BTC is extremely honorable. And I'm so happy to be here with you. Is there anything else that you think is worthwhile talking about here? That if this is the chance to say it, man.
So, I guess one thing I'll close up on is that regarding Monero, if Monero works as you claim it does, and I believe it does, they're not going to let that go without a fight. You're going to see delistings. You can expect exchanges to get rid of Monero and a crackdown on centralized companies working with Monero. If that happens, it's because Monero works, and the Monero community is going to do very well with a private Bitcoin on their side, right? So with a Bitcoin that, let's say, that Samurai Wallet works on, right? Where the tools and the software and the algorithms are there for going in and out of Monero via Bitcoin.
Right on.
It's going to be incredibly important because Monero will be ostracized and it will be targeted, and you know how they work. Oh, it's only a bunch of criminals. Oh, it's only for money laundering. Oh, it's only, the narratives will be crafted that way.
It's mostly a family offices, guys, to be honest.
Right.
At this moment, Monero is really adopted by people that actually see the value in cryptocurrency, but they don't want to expose themselves to financial surveillance and financial voyeurism.
I know that, but
yeah.
You understand how the state crafts narratives,
right,
and promotes propaganda.
100%, yes.
Right, and they will put pressure on the exchanges. They will put pressure on any centralized entity that they can to stop the use, or at least the ease of getting Monero. So I do truly believe that Monero and Bitcoin will have a symbiotic relationship where it's not a nationalism thing. It's using the right tool for the job. And if you need to cash out and you are unable to cash out your Monero, an autonomous swap into Bitcoin with a privacy tool like Samurai is going to be very useful.
So I have a question for you. And this might go a little longer if that's cool with you. Awesome. Bitcoin goes into the whirlpool, comes out the other end. Blockchain analytics says, man, anything that comes out from over there, that's suspicious.
Sure.
Are those coins tainted?
No. No, taint is an externally applied concept that means different things to different people. If there is going to be exchanges discriminating against whirlpool coins, we already have tools to deal with that. Okay, we can add additional hops of history to coins. We can do coin joins that don't even look like coin joins. We can do coin swaps. There's all sorts of things that we can do. One of our most popular features is called Ricochet, and it's designed for sending to exchanges. And what it does is we have a good understanding of how many hops Chainalysis looks back. Currently it's about 5 to 7. What it does is it adds additional hops of history to those coins, so that if Chainalysis is looking back, they have to look back instead of 5 times, they can look back 15, 20 times. This adds a cost to doing chain surveillance that will impact normal users who aren't using these tools anyway. And let's be honest, the exchange wants to do business. They don't want to turn people away. They have to do compliance because they're a centralized entity, and by law, they have to take check boxes. But if we give them a reason to tick those check boxes, say, hey, we looked back 15 times and there was nothing we saw. There was no connection to Whirlpool back 15 times. Boom, they're in. So,
can we do 15,000 times?
Of course. That's
okay.
The thing. It's for us, we can make it 15,000, we can make it 150,000.
Let's do it.
For them,
yeah,
searching 15 hops back is a computational cost. For us, this is a line of code that we change.
Alright, then do more than 15, man. You gotta do more. Do at the thousands. I mean,
tell you,
the more the better.
This feature has been live and working since 2016, and we've had 0 reports of exchanges having any issue with it. So it works. It works today.
And anyone can. It's by default to be used on the wallet.
Yeah, in the app, you press the button and it turns on.
It's amazing. See, because by then, a lot of guys like me were already in Monero. We're like,
right.
Peace out. Like, so we never followed up. We followed what you were doing, but we never went deep. So
sure.
You're teaching me stuff here.
Yeah, we can do all sorts of things.
That's cool.
We've been thinking about this for a really long time. And the point is, we can move a lot faster than they can. It's a cat and mouse game.
Always.
And when the conditions change, we can react to it, and we can react quickly. We're open source software. We have passionate contributors. They're a for-profit company with layers of bureaucracy. They deal not only with their board of directors, they also deal with the government and regulators. So we can move a hell of a lot faster than they can.
Awesome. Well, that's very hopeful. Gosh, man. Did you speak at the BTC 22 thing?
I wouldn't be caught dead at that conference.
Me too. I stayed a good 5-mile radius away from that crap.
Yeah, I would not be caught dead there. That is a spectacle. That is a Lions Grove kind of event. We have absolutely 0 interest in that type of thing. We're really happy to be here at Costa Bitcoin.
I knew I was going to find cool people here. I knew it.
We were at the last one in Austin last year.
Nice.
We're here this year. If Ragnar does it again next year, we'll be there as well.
I'll be there as well. This is amazing.
It's a great conference.
Samurai, I know we're going to have to do a part 2 of this.
Okay.
I know you champion your OPSEC. Would you do an interview like streaming, or you wouldn't do that?
Yeah.
Well, what do you do like Jitsi? We'll take care of you.
All right. Yeah, no problem at all.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Samurai.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, let's stay in touch. Awesome, guys. Download the Samurai wallet now. Now, guys. As you're watching this, download it now. Is there anything that people should know? Because look, this is one thing. Download the Samurai wallet in a phone. Like, oh shit! Now someone knows I downloaded Samurai. Now I'm sus. What the fuck? What do I do? How do you use Samurai correctly.
You can download it a number of ways. The basic level, you can go, of course, go through Google Play and download it, or you can download an APK directly from our website, or you can use F-Droid, a great open source app store repository, or you can build it from source.
Okay, so
there's no reason that anyone has to know.
So straight from your website is probably the best.
Probably.
All right, and it's samurai.com?
It's samuraiwallet.com. SAMOURAI.
And I'll have a QR code here, you guys. Just click, and it'll take you right there. You'll see it. It's right here, right there. That's the QR code. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much because you've given me hope, and you've given everyone watching this hope for the future. We didn't know, I didn't know that you guys had it that thought out. I knew you guys were badasses, and my whole thing was always like, you know, when are these guys gonna make up their minds and move to Monero already? You know, that's kind of like what I've always kind of had in the back of my mind. In the most recent video, we had a meme where like where Wasabi was dead. We had Samurai doing this. we just kept posting that meme as I was talking. So it's really cool to meet you guys, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Samurai. Have a good one.